Hey everybody, I'm back here at one of my favorite camps in the Timbavati, King's Camp, and I'm here with the Safari Shots podcast co-host, Lance van der Vyver. We're actually going to be filming one of our podcasts in King's Camp's underground hide, the King's Warren. In this video though, it's going to be a little bit more vlog style, where I show you what animals we see on game drive, and basically just introducing you to this beautiful camp and stunning reserve. I will also be joined by the one and only bush maniac, Cathan Moore, and you'll see him out on game drive. Speaking of which, let's get ready. I'll sit here front left. Hey, and we're also with the one and only bush maniac, Cathan. How's it going, man?
Good, thanks to you.
Long time no see, no? Good, well, man. What's the plan for this afternoon?
They found some cheetahs this morning, so plan is to follow up there. I think, this sort of area, cheetahs always first prize. And there's also some lions in the area, so I think we're in for a good one.
Sounds good. It was a joy to be exploring the Timbavati with Cathan, and this afternoon his dad and King's Camp General Manager Warren Moore joined us as well. Best of all was being on drive again with Lance.
And I guess best thing to buy for $5.
Tell me. Oh, yeah, good call.
What are they called? Bungee cords.
Bungee cords.
Hands free, no limbs, smashing this.
After a relatively slow start, we experienced our first bit of Timbavati magic when we pulled in next to a very relaxed herd of elephants. So we've actually been looking for cheetah this afternoon, but no luck. But now, after the sun disappeared behind those clouds, we've suddenly just bumped into elephants around every corner. Just look how close they are. Amazing. Shortly after that amazing elephant sighting, a call came in that something special was found in a nearby riverbed. So it's just before sunset and we've come down into the Sharolumi River and we are with one of the Vuyela males, big beautiful black maned lion, and he's just woken up. So this lion male has gotten up. He's just walking along the riverbed now and actually smell where he has scent marked the side. Beautiful.
Taking with that Rodangala. About with that bottom.
Yeah, so going up the bank here.
How's that, Lance?
This was not the right choice for that last moment.
Spending time with active male lions is always a treat, and after enjoying being in his presence for a while, we left the sighting for others to enjoy. It turned into one of those afternoons where you bumped into the big five around every bend. Wow, what an amazing first game drive. We've just stopped here for Sundowners. I can hear a lion roaring in the distance. And yeah, it was just the most magical afternoon. Even though it started off quite quietly when we were looking for that cheetah, we suddenly bumped into a herd of elephants with a small baby, that big, beautiful male lion drinking right next to the car, and then some buffalo as well. I'll tell you, this concession that King's Camp drives is just one of the most beautiful in the whole Leopard. So we're going to go and grab a drink right now, and then we're going to head back to camp. Oh, cheers, Cathan. Thanks a lot, Tay. Thanks for a great drive, man.
Oh, no, that was power.
Magical. Cheers, Lance.
Cheers,
Sure, first time in 4 years, eh?
You're way too long.
Like, I can't believe it still. Man, this grass is tall for this time of year, eh?
There's a lion.
Oh, wow.
There we go, yeah. We got it.
Well spotted, Lance. Unfortunately for us, this old boy was not as obliging as the one we saw the night before, so we decided to carry on and search for something else. Around 5:45, we found fresh tracks for more lions, which marked the start of a very intense search.
But yeah, I think if you are keen, maybe check Ridge Road with the Sundowners to see if they can go west.
So shortly after we left that male lion this morning, we found tracks for the River Pride lionesses, 3 of them, and the cubbies were with them as well. So we actually dropped Albert, our tracker, back there to look for the cubs, and we've been following the tracks for the lionesses since. It was quite easy earlier. At every sort of fork in the road, we could easily see which way they went. But back there where Cathan and Lance are at the moment, we lost the tracks where they walked into the bush. So hopefully we'll be able to catch up with them again. It's very dense, so a little bit tricky when you lose the tracks, but the hope is that we'll pick it up either on another road or maybe down in the riverbed. We never did pick up the tracks again, so we decided to spend some time with something smaller but equally entertaining. So while we were tracking the lions, one of the other King's Camp guides, Neil, found the cheetahs we were tracking yesterday. They're right here. King's Camp is located in the northwestern section of the Timbavati, and it's definitely one of the most luxurious camps in the reserve. With a spacious and beautifully decorated room and bathroom, along with a private plunge pool and view over the surrounding bushveld, you couldn't ask for a nicer place to relax in. My favourite thing about King's Camp though is their underground hide, the King's Warren, and this was Lance's first time to see it. We immediately started planning on how exactly we were going to film an episode of the Safari Shots podcast inside the hide. And after a little bit of brainstorming over a delicious lunch, it was time to get down to business.
So Lance and I are busy getting ready here in the King's Warren underground hide to record an episode of the Safari Shots podcast. Lance, are you winning there, man?
Not yet.
Yeah, it's a great spot. We thought it'd be a good idea to actually record in the field for once, and since we're going to be talking about underground hides, we thought, why not do it in one of the nicest ones? So yeah, looking forward to it, just getting all the lights up, cameras and stuff.
It gets very difficult because it's not one flash. It's backlights, side lights, front lights, all in the one scene. So it takes a lot of sitting and planning for it to work.
And the reality is still that...
It
sounds like there's an elephant coming, guys. Oh, wow. Oh, elephant is just rocked up here right behind us. Wow, look at that. Wow. I tell you what, if there was one animal that's allowed to interrupt a podcast, it's this boy. So here is our podcast setup. There's a B camera 1, lights, 2 A cameras, B camera 2, the one and only Lance van der Vyver.
And that giant oak.
Yeah, and all the Ellies. Look at that. Well, it's interesting because we haven't even mentioned this in the podcast so far, but a lot of people think that it's only good to come to underground hides during the winter. And we're right here in midsummer. There's water everywhere out in the field. But because these elephants are so used to drinking at this water hole, they come anyway. So you can literally see something at an underground hide any time of the year. Wow, that was cool. But
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome. Anybody can enjoy it. And as Lance said earlier, you don't need your camera. You can just come down here, sit here and enjoy it. I mean, take that elephant bull we saw now. The fact that we saw it at not eye level, we saw it at trunk level.
No, that little one was looking me straight in the eyes. I saw it.
Guys, we're going to leave the King's Camp website address in the video description, together with the Panthera Photo Safaris website, where you can book a safari with Lance. I'll have my website, The Safari Expert, in there as well. If you guys ever want to ask any questions, drop it in the comment down below. Like this video, share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks, Lance. Very lucky, man.
Oh, we actually hit one once.
Well, so that is our first podcast in the field done and dusted, and man, that was a one day. It was very hot setting up. Took us about an hour. We were worried about something sort of photobombing us, and elephants came down. But I think all in all, big success. What do you reckon, Lance?
Yeah, it's not hot at all in here.
So I had a quick shower after that hot podcast recording session, and we're heading out now to see whether we can find that big beautiful bull. He walked sort of in this direction. I have no idea what direction that is, but yeah, maybe he's still close. So let's see whether we can find him, and if not, we'll go and find something else that's nice. It's hot. So we found the herd that came down to drink, but the big bull was not with them, but we are surrounded by the breeding herd. Not long after we had left the breeding herd, we bumped into the big guy. So just when we thought we had missed our opportunity to find this big bull, he came out from the side here down. He's coming into the riverbed there. You can see Lance and Cathan getting a little bit down to eye level. Oh, what a beast.
So you wouldn't have seen it yet because it's in the podcast coming up, but we were talking about getting out and low with animals, and now we've got one of the biggest elephants I've seen in the Greater Kruger for a very long time, right here in the riverbed.
Just like the previous afternoon, it turned into an epic game drive filled with unforgettable sightings.
Stations, I'm putting out from this Sambigala. Finish continue. Yeah, leaving them open now. Thank you very much. Yeah, Nil, I copy.
By 8:30 we started getting hungry, and luckily for us, we got treated to a bush breakfast.
Hi there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, thank you so much. Cheers. Time for a bush breakfast.
Yeah.
Man, I love bush breakfasts. That was another awesome morning here at King's Camp. And even though the game drive started off quite quietly, it was so nice to see those lions mating. And to be honest with you, the Timbavati is so beautiful at the moment that I don't really care what I see. It's got this real sort of Garden of Eden feel to it, a real paradise. And we actually saw something incredible this morning. A Sabota lark, which is a little inconspicuous brown bird like this, imitated a white-faced whistling duck absolutely perfectly. We heard the call and all looked up to see where the duck is and why is it flying so low. And then we saw the lark making that call, and I had never ever seen that before. And man, it just shows you nature always surprises you when you least expect it. Guys, I also want to use this opportunity to thank all my patrons. Thank you so much for your support. And for those of you that don't know, Patreon is basically a platform that allows people like you to support content creators like myself through a small monthly donation. And for that, you get some rewards like early access to the videos. I share with you some of my best wildlife photographs for smartphone wallpapers. Sometimes I post some behind the scenes content, and you also get mentions in the video like you've just seen. So thank you so much for all your support. And if you want to get involved, go and check out the link that I've added at the top of the video description. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog style video, which I haven't done often before. And the hope is that it not only gave you an idea of what it's like to be here at King's Camp, but also just to see what it's like to be out here filming everything that I see when I'm out in the field. We've got 2 game drives left, and the next time you'll see me, I'll be on the back of the vehicle. So apparently someone saw a leopard just a while ago. It's gone off-road into the block, and we're just following someone else's tracks at the moment. Let's see whether we can catch up with her.
He was obviously walking on this game path.
So what had actually happened, the guys that were busy following this leopard through the block got a flat tire. So they lost visual of her and then just called us in and gave us an idea of where to search from. And luckily, I spotted her with the back of my head. We had passed her and something told me just to look around, and she was sitting next to us on a termite mountain. She's super relaxed. After following her for nearly half an hour, she made our day by jumping into a tree. Our final evening at King's Camp couldn't have ended in a better way.
So we're not actually far from camp at all. When we found the big herd of buffalo, it was still dark. And just as we made our way through the herd, we saw the lions coming down the road. So they're literally only about 100 meters from the buffalo and looking at them very intently. So it was only when a tiny calf crossed the road that this one lioness started rushing down, and she's very close to the herd now and checking them out very, very carefully.
Ja, Sonic, if you can just wear that coming there is crossing the road there. Yeah, my silence here on my side. Side is there now.
The buffalo have all gone down now for the morning, and so have the lions. You can see there's one lying behind me, and then in front we've got the male and one of the other females. So doesn't look like we're going to get lucky, but wow, what an amazing way to start the morning in beautiful, beautiful light here in the Timbavati. I could have touched his mane. Buddy. He's going to enter the road right behind her. Check, check, check. Surrounded by buffalo and surrounded by lions. That's cool, eh? It's awesome. It was an awesome few days indeed, and I can't thank Cathan, Warren, and the whole team at King's Camp enough for making me and Lance feel so welcome. We can't wait to be back. I'll leave a link to the King's Camp website in the video description. And if you haven't watched it yet, go and check out episode 6 of the Safari Shots podcast, along with the one that I made about the King's Warren. What do you say, Lance? Good to be back in the Timbavati?
Very nice, very nice. Just saw our first leopard drinking at the hide.
Nice, man. The one with the big house on its back.
Miniature one, takes its house with it.